Hello everyone, you are on the channel One World Videos, and we will talk again about the scandal of Fedor and Alexander, which is flaring up more and more. Other people have already joined in, coaches and friends of the brothers. But we will talk about this in other issues, and now we invite you to watch the story on this channel. In other issues about the quarrel, you can watch the two Emelianenko brothers on the channel.
We continue. We will tell you the story, how two brothers absolutely unexpectedly became strangers to each other. Of course, it is about the Emelianenko brothers.
Yes, indeed, what they said to each other does not fit in my head. For example, Fedor said, "For you, I am not Fedor, but Fedor, you are a Judas." It is hard to believe, yes, but nevertheless it is a fact. One spoke in the press about their relationship, airing, as they say, dirty laundry in public. The other reacted and expressed his position on this matter. We leave it to your judgment. Here are both versions, decide for yourself.
Two brothers Emelianenko, since school years side by side, tried to get used to the world of martial arts, but the professional career of the elder, Fedor, was much more successful. Alexander, in addition to failures in the ring and in the cage, regularly found himself in the center of scandals. The lowest point of the fall seemed to be a prison term. Behind bars, Alexander spent a year, was released on November 24, 2016, and this fall resumed his career. In the first fight, Emelianenko Jr. defeated Brazilian Jeronimo dos Santos, and just recently gave an interview to Soviet Sport. A number of statements Alexander made so strongly hurt Fedor that he responded to his brother's words in an open letter. One of the key points of disagreement was the performance of Russian fighters in Europe and America.
USA, for example, our fighters perform on a work visa. Accordingly, they pay taxes to the American Treasury, and the Americans a feeling of Russophobia at the DNA level. However, no one asks questions about it.
I was surprised by the harsh statements about the Americans. In America, they always received me and my team very well. When you went there, you also had a good relationship. But the Athletic Commission banned the fight for the reason known to you.
The brothers did not get along also in their attitude towards Sergei Kharitonov, the Russian fighter with whom they had previously trained together. After their paths diverged, Alexander regularly clashed with Sergei. Emelianenko Jr. indicated that he defended his brother before the fight with Dan Henderson. Kharitonov considered the American an unworthy opponent for Fedor.
I stood up for Fedor at that moment, and he behaved strangely. He knows all the details of the conflict, yet he distanced himself from the situation and stated that the showdown between Kharitonov and me is not his. I was concerned about it. It was unpleasant.
I could always respond to other people's statements, but I don't think it's necessary to react to someone's attacks and give a stage. He lived and trained with us, but no one asked you to get involved and switch to low-sounding, bizarre abuse.
Alexander also noted that the beginning of his career was blurred because of his brother. Talking about the defeat from Mirko Filipovic. In 2004, Cro Cop won by knockout and then lost to Fedor. Alexander claims that he went to this fight only so that Emelianenko Sr. could prepare for the fight with the Croatian.
I understood perfectly well that I was going to the slaughter. I had nothing to catch against Krokub, and I was not ready to fight him, not technically, not physically. I knew that I would get a kick in the head, and so it happened, but it was necessary to gain time and help the team, so I did. I went into conflicts because of him, but apparently he became uninterested in it.
No one forced you to go out to fight with Cro Cop at that time. I participated in the Grand Prix of the question fight with Mirko to protect my belt. Mirko lost to Randleman, and you grabbed hold of this opportunity, despite the fact that Vadim Vasilyevich and I were categorically against it because of your attitude to training and your inexperience.
Now the social circles of the Emelianenko brothers practically do not intersect. This also became a topic for expression. Alexander thinks that Fedor's circle is full of unworthy people. I always tried to stand up for Fedor in everything.
But he doesn't care anymore. Now he has surrounded himself with friends who run after him, and no one will ever tell him the truth to his face. Because of the fear of losing profitable connections, there are only sycophants around him.
And now the most important thing, and the reason why I decided to make this open appeal to you. You called my loved ones Judas. I am sorry that the people who were near you and supported you in a difficult moment are suffering. I myself have personally apologized to more than a dozen people in my address. You can say whatever you want. I will put up with it, but don't you dare insult my loved ones.
After his release from prison and the resumption of his career, Alexander said that he would be glad to train with Fedor. But in the end, he works exclusively in the Akhmat Fight Club. Now, after the absentee squabble in the press, the relations between the brothers have finally deteriorated. Sergei Pashkovsky, everyone to the match. Friends, let's leave the feuds. Let's wish peace to the Emelianenko